Welcome back to another episode of OATS UNCUT. Today I have another student of Orator Academy, Ava. Welcome back, Ava. You've done this before. You are a pro now.
Yeah.
You quite don't sound like a pro. Are you telling yourself that I'm not a pro yet?
Yes.
Why are you telling yourself you're not a pro yet? You gotta tell yourself, I got this. I've done this before. Child's play for me. No?
Well, I've only done it once.
At least you've done it once.
Yeah.
So you've tested the waters, you've been there, checked off the list already. It's just that you had a friend with you and this time you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You can do it. All right. So recently in class, we had a discussion about the presidential candidates because this November are the elections for the president of the country. And we were discussing all the different categories that they are looking at or should be looking at. And you chose climate change. Now, first you tell me, why did you pick climate change? There were so many other choices.
I chose climate change because I think that it's the biggest problem on Earth, and not a lot of people are talking about it. Like, they're focusing on other problems that affect like one part of the Earth, but this affects the entire Earth and everyone on it.
So what is happening to the climate? What do we mean when we say climate change?
So Earth is warming a lot, and it's causing a lot of people, like people can even die because of climate change, and it causes heat waves, coastal flooding, and crop failures.
So the planet is heating up
Yeah.
and we are making that happen. How?
Really? Like fossil fuels and our cars. And I know that a lot of people are like the president, and they're doing small things to change that, but not enough to stop climate change, to stop our Earth from warming up.
So what are the basic things that one can do? Because I know that this conversation has been going on for a very long time. I myself have grown up hearing about recycling, to save, to conserve, preserve, all of that. But it seems to me that despite the talk about it, it's actually grown worse.
I feel like not a lot of people are thinking like, if I just throw this one plastic water bottle on the ground, it's not going to make a big change. But then everybody does that, and then that is what causes it. And like Tesla has cars that don't use gas anymore, and that's a lot really helpful. But still, people are doing things to hurt their.
So, but there are many other car companies which are actually converting to either full EV versions or at least hybrids,
Yeah.
right? And why would people hesitate to switch to electric cars? I wonder.
Maybe because they're expensive and they don't want to spend the money to buy a new car. Maybe people don't have that money.
Maybe because, okay. No, because I remember at one time Tesla was offering huge tax credits. And that time it was working out to be as affordable as any other premium car. So a lot of people that I know bought their Tesla around that time. So what else in your research, what else have you found about climate change that you'd like to share with us?
Climate change is doing so many things, and it's even like a few summers ago in Europe, they had heat waves that killed more than 61,000 people, and it kills animal habitats. The sea levels are rising, and there's so many things that climate change is affecting. And scientists even think that maybe in a few hundred years or a really long time, then Earth might not be habitable.
So in how many years?
I think a few hundred. But they said, I think in like 20 years, if we completely stop using things that will cause climate change, then it's going to lessen it by a little, but not enough to stop climate change completely.
So glaciers are melting all over the planet, I think. And that's elevating the water level, right? The water level is rising and tsunamis and earthquakes are happening a bit too often than one has known before.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I was growing up in India, and when I was growing up, I remember that when my parents went grocery shopping, they took their a basket with them from home. They put everything in it and came back home, and then we sorted it out. And then the time changed, and plastic bags came into being. And for everything, you got plastic bags, and the concept of baskets became uncool. And everybody was using plastic bags. And now, plastic bags is a hazard because all that plastic, I believe, that goes in the ocean and the fish are swallowing. And I believe sometimes when they cut open a fish and there was plastic bag inside the fish because the fish had swallowed and died. So, crazy stuff like that is happening. And now again, people are saying, hey, go back to carrying your own bag from home because plastic is bad. So cut the plastic bag usage. So I just feel that human beings, despite the intelligence that we have and the intellect that we have, we are not very smart in many ways.
Yeah. I feel like after we do something, we realize, oh my God, we shouldn't have done this. And then we have to go back to what it was before.
And then also maybe sometimes we feel, from tomorrow, I'll start it from tomorrow. Let me just be normal,
Yeah.
reckless person today.
And like, I'm too lazy to do something, and then that will cause more problems.
Yeah. And water conservation. So did you look up anything about how can we help the climate change or prevent it?
I did, but what I found, I don't think it's possible to completely stop climate change because the temperature has to change a lot to stop climate change. So unless every single person on Earth decides today to stop using like fossil fuels and plastic, then it might lessen, but I don't think it's possible to stop climate change.
But okay, so climate change is one thing. What about all these things the genetically modified harvest crops that we are growing, which are actually also hurting us? So I feel that human beings are so reckless. We are kind of completely recklessly and shamelessly destroying ourselves and the planet at the same time. Wow, I need to think about it. Because I actually have a cousin she was born and brought up in Canada, and then she moved to Portugal one day, and she just actually went for a visit. She liked it, and then she said, I'm buying property and I'm moving to Portugal. And I was so confused. I said, but you were born and raised in Canada. That's home. How are you just moving? She said, the quality of life is so much better. The food is so much better. What you call organic in North America is regular food over here, and it's cheaper. So the air is cleaner, whatever. And I think Europe has some healthier habits because, for example, cities like Amsterdam, Netherlands, people bike so much. They don't drive cars.
Some foods that people sell in America, a lot of foods are banned in places like Europe, or the ingredients are changed. In America, it's really, really different.
So I think those things, that fertilizers and the gases that they spray in the fields, the pesticide and all, may also be harmful to the environment in some ways and to our insides. Yeah, I was very impressed the first time I went to Amsterdam and I came out of the train station. I think I've shared this story with you guys before, that I looked to the right and there was a huge multi-level parking lot. And that parking lot was filled with bikes, not a single car, packed with bikes, because that's what people did. They rode to the station, they parked the bike, and they took the train to go wherever they were going. So, very healthy. And when they ride, they don't stop for you. So you got to watch out. If you're walking on the street and those bikers are coming by, then they're all over. they will not stop for you. They will observe the traffic signs and all that, but they will not stop for you. So very interesting. So you think it's the human habits that can actually correct so many things in our lives and in our planet,
Yeah.
right? So what have you started doing yourself to prevent climate change? Have you guys in your family, in your home, started doing that? Do you talk to your cousins and your friends about this and trying to create awareness?
Well, not really, because I feel like we can't stop climate change, but my parents have like searched for Teslas that don't use like gas, and New Jersey did ban plastic bags, so we can't use plastic bags anymore.
That is true. That is true. So, if you were to make a plea to people who are watching, I had to tell them something, some message, what would you say?
I'd say that even if you do one small thing, that can give a ripple effect to the entire earth, and then eventually climate change will decrease if everybody works together to stop it.
I think you said it all. If one person does one thing, it'll create a ripple effect and things will slow down. The damage will slow down, if not stop completely. Thank you, Ava. It's been a pleasure talking to you. This is your second podcast. You're becoming a pro now. Yeah. It was fun talking to you. Thank you for your research and thank you for sharing all that you found. And it's an important message that you are spreading, that you shared with us. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of OATS UNCUT. Stay well, stay safe. Remember to love and laugh and enjoy each moment. Take care.
Oats out.
OATS out.